While that loads, let's try something different. When I refer to what they're doing, we refer to what they're doing in our country, this kind of political theater they're playing out. Because some people don't know, which is we lost our economic sovereignty. Okay, and that I had said, look, there's no other. I don't care the word for all the words are taken. I said, but that's okay. Maybe we should take the words back. In other words, like not being able to protect our domestic economy and having it hostage to international lenders and investors. It's the situations a lot of societies find themselves in. But anyways, I don't have any fear of saying that, like, I mean, it's hard to say, well, you're a protectionist. I'm a protectionist, but I'm also a national socialist. That means people like myself are accused of being like neo Nazis and things like. It's more common than the people who say it. I've starred David on my arm. The point is, cannot protect our economy, and like a lot of societies, some being really harmed by it in places like in South America and stuff. Okay, it's why there's so many like desperate, immigrants fleeing over the border. Like I believe them to be basically refugees from the neoliberal like economic project. But part of the project and part of the interest people have in like did you know the word for it? It's called protectionism and national socialism. That is, we need our economic sovereignty back because the reason they have to do this big game where one party plays the bad guys, one party plays the good guys, they dramatize because the truth is having healthcare, building a national healthcare system, building our infrastructure, bringing back jobs, okay, all these things, that kind of growth it is not what international lenders and investors want. They're using and without any protection for the economy and with large amounts of capital, like billions of dollars of capital being able to be moved in and out of countries. What's happening is there is a virtual Senate. It's like a virtual global Senate of lenders and investors that can carry out, they can punish governments for trying to do things that would make that their investments, which may be in things like billions of dollars of our currency, that would, they want a stable place to have their currency. That means they need low growth and low wages and no health care and things like that. All governments are experiencing it. It's part of the neoliberal project. No limits on foreign direct investment, no capital controls, that is controls on the movement of that much capital in and out of countries. And it's also a threat to democracy. But what you see the effect is someone, say, geez, they're not telling us something. Yeah, they're playing out a big political theater because the reality is we can't, governments are paralyzed by this from doing anything that would benefit their population. That's why people are interested in we want to protect the economy. Persons like myself are protectionists, and we are and want a form of national socialism, which they apparently do have just fine in a country like Israel. Like the president's meeting with Netanyahu, perhaps you could love to hear more about how Israel's organized. They apparently have a good like form of some kind of they have like apparently they like China has control of their economy, by the way. But that's only because they're a military power, and they wouldn't allow the neoliberal project. If you have that much of a military power, you don't the neoliberal project. You say you can just stay away. But I mean, now most countries are being victimized by it. It's why people protest things at the World Trade Organization. But it's a problem here too. We have no control over our national. We have lost economic sovereignty, and that's the real reason why they're playing out this drama and why it never seems like healthcare is going to come. Until we take back economic sovereignty from transnational lenders and investors, like other societies, we're at their mercy, and we're gonna have to watch our politicians do this theater until people become aware of it and make it stop.